Hello, everybody. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. And because a new Sonic game wasn't really confirmed for this year, except for Team Sonic Racing, which has been pushed back to the next year, and because I adamantly refused to record Sonic and the Black Knight, we're doing Sonic Adventure 1 again.
You sack of shit. I love it.
Again.
John,
love
you don't
Sonic
even get to
Black Knight.
record Sonic and the Black Knight, you silly fool. You're in charge of Secret Rings. I get to do
Well,
Black Knight.
Okay, that's right. Because I adamantly refused to record Sonic and the Secret Rings.
There you go. That's
repeatedly.
better. That's better,
We're going to
Johnny.
be redoing SA1 every year until I die.
That sounds like me with Devil May Cry 2.
Yeah, folks, we did a Sonic Adventure 2 revisit. It was like 2 years ago already at this point.
Let us never speak of it again.
Yeah, I liked it. So I figured, it's been quite some time since we did Sonic Adventure on BrainScratch. Back then, we did the original Dreamcast version, and fuck does it show, because that footage is blurry. So we decided we're going to redo it again. We got Gareth joining us for tonight's festivities, as well as Clement. Hello, fellas. How's it going?
God damn, I love this game and I love this intro. But I am going to make this vow to everyone here, because I know some people did not like at some points in SA2. Particularly, I want to say the hero side credits, where things kind of really went off the fucking rail. Every time that happens today during this LP, I will cut 1 inch off of Ted's hair at MomoCon next year. So even if he's responsible for it or not, Ted will become progressively bolder for every time we break into a extended SA1 versus SA2 discussion. You're welcome, Internet.
I'm sorry to distract you from that amusing image, but why is Tails' mouth closed in the original SA1 intro but open in the DX one?
Because that was the only thing wrong with this game that Sega fixed.
Yeah, the DX is for Tails' mouth.
Also, I love how this is like one word, press start button.
I don't see the press start button anywhere.
So this
Oh
is,
my god.
I gotta say,
Okay, so I grew up playing this game exclusively on the DX version on GameCube, and now the comment section's going to go on a 5-hour rant about how that version's terrible and you should never play it ever. But whatever. But man, I know that there's an argument to be made about the aesthetic or textures or whatever, but
Also the lighting.
and all that other stuff, but it's just it's so weird seeing Sonic like without a face,
You know, I'm kind of the opposite. Because I think like the mouth movements, I think like the mouth movements managed to look even weirder on the GameCube version. But it's all fine and good to talk about. It's all fine and good to talk about Sonic having 5 separate fingers, but if they all move as one, it just ends up looking weird.
It's been 7 years since I played this. I don't remember any of this.
Okay, all right, let me cut you off real quick, Louis. We can get back to that. Let's talk about what the fuck is happening on your screen right now. Okay, look. As much as we were looking forward to this, everybody's done a fucking Sonic Adventure 1 Let's Play. Even as we revisited it, maybe like 8,000 more have come and grown and mutated into horrible abominations. So what's happening is something that Ryan and I discussed last year at Sonic and Sega Fan Jam. And they had a Dreamcast set up, and Sonic Adventure 1 was playing, and we decided to just play the game for a little bit, and then Ryan, I don't remember how it happened, but we decided, what if we just started taking Sonic's lines from SA1 and just made them overly verbose?
I don't remember what context it came up. I think it was because how stilted the dialogue is naturally, because I wrote the script for this. The dialogue is very repetitive when you look at the actual words that are being used. So I decided, okay, let's give Sonic like a word of the day calendar. And it's November and he hasn't used it, so he's trying to make up for lost time.
What this reminds me of, I'm not sure if anyone saw a few years ago, there was a pretty infamous video. It was like a freestyle rap battle translated, but everyone just spoke. But like the two people who were dubbing the voices just spoke like English professors, and this is kind of what this reminds me of. I gotta say, Johnny, I'm very glad you're doing the Dreamcast model. What the fuck? I love this because, as we're gonna see now, Eggman should have a railing, which means he's safer. because they took that out of the fucking DX
Because
version.
because it blocks the view of his body. That's basic cinematography, Gareth. God.
It
No,
blocks
because
his knees,
Ted, if
nothing
you
more.
see, it's like 1 pixel wide. Look at it.
Yeah, it's Ocarina of Time fences.
It goes all the way up to his chest.
Sonic, get me down from here. I'm afraid of heights. I'm going to have a seizure.
It actually, actually, Ted, it doesn't even go up to his waist. It's not much of a railing. I mean,
He
he
just
does
has
have
really
very long
bad
legs,
vertigo. He wasn't laughing. He was shaking. Like, whoa.
but- Man, you know what? Dreamcast graphics are something else.
He's got the pale-colored eyelids again. My friend, I haven't seen you in so long.
Oh yeah, that was another thing they changed about the GameCube version. For some reason, they made his eyelids blue.
Well, that's because they were blue in every game afterwards.
Well, actually, I think they were still flesh-colored in Sonic Adventure 2, weren't they?
I don't like. I pay attention to
Yes,
Sonic's eyelids.
yes, because you know what? It was
would-
Sonic Adventure DX was the first game to make them blue.
Oh, okay. But then again, I don't pay attention to
Anime
Sonic's
boobs.
eyelids because who?
Johnny, what are you
Who
doing?
would get worked up about
the girls?
Who would get worked up about something as inconsequential as Sonic's eyelids or his eye color or
It's
the
just
color of
kinda-
his
color.
arms? Man,
It's
What
just kind of a
losers?
strange. It's just
I
kind of
know.
a strange change to introduce 2 games after you've already been doing it one way.
I know, Ted. I mean, Ted, that I completely agree with you. I mean, that would be like the equivalent of, say, going through a 7-part LP and in every part complaining about they added 2 characters that haven't been seen in 20 years. What fucking loser would do that? Am I right, lads?
Anyway,
Yeah,
Sonic.
I think my favorite NPC to talk to as soon as the game starts is probably the little boy because
Mr.
what the
Know-it-all.
hell is up with that?
Mr.
Water
yeah.
looks terrible.
Okay,
Mr.
yeah.
Mr. Know-it-all actually tries to justify the horrible camera. It's like, don't worry about the camera getting stuck behind objects.
Okay,
It does that sometimes.
Oh wait,
I
wait,
think
the hell? What the?
I think the PC version mods or whatever might have introduced a graphical problem with the water.
Hold the.
These physics
This,
suck.
this game is programmed beautifully.
Best
Oh,
spin
man.
dash in the franchise. Best fucking spin dash in the
Ow,
Yeah,
I
because
know
it
it really
breaks
is.
the laws of physics. Okay.
Dude, all right, listen.
Ted.
I'm pretty sure we mentioned it in SA2 because it still applies to SA2 to some extent. But I miss the SA1 spin dash so much.
I mean, well, Ted, to go back to what you said, how this version of the spin dash breaks the laws of physics, just by its very nature, the spin dash doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, okay, neither does a blue hedgehog make sense, but okay, he can spin him.
Oh,
There's a
blue
difference between-
hedgehog. Blue hedgehog. That's what you're gonna stick with. Not a hedgehog with super speed.
Because that takes
Blue hedgehog makes sense.
That takes
it's got
two
a, like a
hedgehog.
coloration problem, or it's covered in blue paint. It's the
I-
super speed that doesn't make sense.
Basically, the
pray-
point is that the fact that he can speed himself up normally is helpful. The fact that he can run up walls and jump over the entire stage just is ludicrous.
What doesn't make sense?
I find the idea of spinning in place and getting speed out of that more ludicrous.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what doesn't make sense
Okay, you
about
guys are
Sonic
now
physics,
just being dicks about it.
What doesn't make sense about Sonic
Put it up,
Welcome to BrainScratch.
motherfucker! Fuck you!
Because
what doesn't make sense about Sonic's physics is not just the fact that he can run up walls, but the fact that he can run around objects downward at super speeds. You should go flying when that happens, but for some reason he just sticks to the floor like his feet are made of glue.
You're right. This game is bullshit. Why are we playing this?
Yeah, so
Microsoft
another thing
Sam
about this
couldn't even
is that
finish.
Tails and family know that Sonic is fucking with them and don't have time for this bullshit, so they will interrupt them as soon as they possibly can to just. All right, shut the fuck up, Sonic.
He's
Shut
just
the
like
fuck up.
they've been friends with him for so long that they aren't even phased by it, so they just talk over him. It's just like it's another day with Sonic. He won't care. Sonic, meanwhile, is dying a little inside every time it happens.
Can I just say how quickly the franchise treated the KS Emeralds would go? Just in this game, it's like, holy shit, there's a fucking KS Emerald. Jump to just 3 games later, sounds like, hey, Shadow, look, if you click in front of you, it's a KS Emerald. That's weird. Get it. Because why not? Fuck it, why not? Let's go. God damn, I love the soundtrack. All the fucking character themes.
I was about to say, Tails' theme for some reason always
It's
gets
so
me.
the guitar. You know what I love about this is the only time when like the when it cuts back to the gameplay, it's almost like the when you cut back to in game, it acknowledges the fact that Sonic just stood there for no fucking reason. He kind of looks around like, oh, what the fuck? All right, let's go. I always thought that was so weird.
Wait, were you
I always thought that
going
was so weird.
into the train there?
Yeah. Did you?
Yeah.
He sort of dashed into the
Did
train
you
so
never do
hard he
that?
hit the wall on the other side.
Well, I don't play this game enough to be able to control Sonic when I can't see where the hell he's going.
Fucking amazement. I just want to say, rip Dean Bristow. You were like, I don't think any of us, especially Clement, would trade Mike Pollock for anything. But goddamn, Dean Bristow is fucking amazing in this game.
Well, they're both.
He's the Robotnik I've always quoted all the time.
You know what I loved about I love about Dean Bristow in this game. It's more so from Tails' story, but like Mike Pollock sounds really good. Like Mike Pollock can do a good angry, but like to me, like Mike's never been like scary. And there's moments.
He's not Dean Bristow can sound downright sinister
Dude,
at times.
fucking
Dr.
like
Eggman.
Tails is you fool away before I make mincemeat out of you.
Yeah, that's the one everybody always pulls.
That's
for
like,
good reason.
man, that shit got me so hard back in the day. I mean, what?
Wait, what?
Come again?
Egg boner? What?
what a ship, the egg boner.
Now, I know it's been covered in literally every Sonic Adventure playthrough ever, but the bosses piss me off with how easy they are. Like, really?
To be fair, I don't think any 3D Sonic game has had great bosses.
Yeah, but to be
Generations.
unfair, none of them were quite as ridiculous.
Oh
as
yeah,
this.
where you can okay, good point. The SA1's bosses are particularly
Look at that. Sonic was so sorry for
Yeah, drunk Sonic.
for how easily he did that he just, gave Eggman a free hit.
So you guys are just talking about Eggman being threatening? Okay.
No, good. The animation in this game is so, like the trajectory of its grab makes no fucking sense. And I gotta
The animation is stiff as hell.
like it always bugged me, even when I first played this game, that Eggman doesn't have lip syncing. But just wait until Eggman throws the fucking emerald. The emerald clearly passes over Chaos's body. But it still flashes like, oh, good, never mind. I won anyway.
He's holding it up using magnetic levitation.
But look at fucking.
It's nowhere even close to it.
Oh wait, hold on. I missed. Let me get out and grab that for you, Chaos.
So in terms of Chaos, we really know what side is his wanking hand.
And unfortunately for him, it is No Nut November at the
he's
time of recording.
He's kind of like, an all-water version of the G-Virus monster from Resi 2. Like, all he's missing is an eyeball on his shoulder.
Am I the only one who wanted to fight the Chaos numbers that weren't in
Yeah.
the game?
Yeah,
Because
I agree.
you don't fight
fact-
1, you don't see 3 and
Yep.
5.
0 might as
Yeah.
well have not been a fight.
Well, in fact, one of the things I wanted to bring up for repeatedly throughout this revisit was the idea of what would you include inside a Sonic Adventure 1 remake?
Johnny, like, before we go there, can we just say that at this point in Eggman's theme song, I love the fucking 70s porno guitars. God damn, wow, so fucking good. Yeah, I mean, like, if they were to remake SA1, which is something I've been asking for a long time, although I probably wouldn't want the current Sonic team.
I'm glad I'm
make
not
it.
the only one who does that. All right.
Yeah, well, see,
It's what happens when you map the damn grab button and everything to one button.
see, so this is a problem that both SA1 and
Oh
SA2
no, they
share.
both definitely
Yeah,
have
which
it.
is it's weird because the Dreamcast had 4 fucking buttons. You didn't have to put everything on one button again, Sega.
You- Get the Chaos Emerald.
And
No,
you-
get the finely cut Jewel of Disorder and Disarray.
I
I
like
feel
how
like because this was Sonic's first foray into 3D, maybe Sonic Team was like, this is our first attempt making Sonic 3D, aside from Sonic 3D Blast, and we want to make this easy for the kids. So let's make everything mapped to one button.
Yeah.
Let's make the bosses super simple.
Honestly, I blame Ocarina of Time because everyone's like, oh, context sensitive, oh, one button, and it was more like the N64 had like 2 buttons, so they had to make do. Really.
So also
I think-
Ocarina
I
of Time
think
is
it
a
was
much
them-
slower game.
I think it's them just trying to pay homage to the classic game's simple design where everything was done with one button. But in a 3D space, it's okay to use more. It's fine. It's kind of expected at this point.
One thing SA1 does that I love and I kind of miss is that I love how different levels would have different sections. It's something that 06 did, although let's never speak of that. And technically Forces did it to an extent, but again, let's never speak of that. But
so Johnny, you're holding one straight direction right now, right? You're only holding up right
here?
now.
No. Right there, you have to kind of fidget
Yeah,
left and right with
because
the
for some
analog
reason-
stick just to stay in a straight line. In fact, it's my biggest problem with Adventure 1's level design. That's a whole.
There are
other
cases where it's
conversation.
clearly
You
clearly
can
supposed to
hold
be able to just
straight
run
forward.
straight, but for some reason you always gravitate toward the walls, and then when you hit them, you jitter. It kind of
With the amount of speed you're given and the amount of speed you can achieve, the level design can sometimes just be too goddamn narrow, and you end up hugging the walls repeatedly. And even then, Sonic will just constantly gyrate left and right.
Well, see, would that be
Hit the fucking spring.
would that be a level design issue? Would that be a issue for the control? Because again, if you're just pressing forward, you would expect him just to go straight. I mean, obviously not on this because it's windy, but on those periods where it is just straight, sometimes he will navigate to one side. Would you class that as a slight issue with the control or programming rather?
Well, Adventure 2 does
it's
control
kind of a cocktail of
slightly
both.
different, but that if you hold straight, Sonic will run straight, unless if he's on like a curved thing or whatever. So I don't know if it's a control. It's not like a game-breaking issue because you're never like walking
The thing
over
about it
something
is
too thin or whatever. But
The thing about it is, the control is fine in wider open areas, but when you're in those narrow spaces, it's always like the camera's a bit off center.
Tails.
Like wide open areas, this control is damn near perfect.
Get the fuck out of the fucking spotlight, Tails, you shit.
Not just the control, really. The game feel is great. If they ever remake this game, the one thing that I'd say they need to get right is that feeling of control. Not necessarily like 1-to-1, but the feeling of it. It's probably the best Sonic has ever felt in 3D.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
That part was only 16 minutes long. What the fuck, BrainScratch? What is this, 2010?
Well, if it was 2010, we wouldn't have been able to make it to even 16 minutes.
Yeah, in fact, we had to tell you to shut the fuck up right now before the part goes over limit.
What the fuck is this, BrainScratch 2014?
Let's go through my catalog. What the fuck is this? 2000.
You know what? I'll keep saying numbers. You edit in the correct one. What the fuck is this, BrainScratch 2011? What the fuck is this, BrainScratch 2012? And etc.
Mango drink.
We're not all red letter media, okay?